This is going to be a sober party for all those who are in recovery and sobriety. And I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Karen, also a capital recovery coach. Sorry, I was distracted with the technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, I'm sitting in the middle seat where our co-host, our partner in this thing called recovery, Michael, he's not here. Let me just put it simply. And I'm sitting in his spot today. I normally sit here. So welcome. So do we have any fun stuff to talk about coming up, Karen?
Yes. So our final reminder this week, we're gonna have the candlelight vigil this coming Tuesday, August the 31st, at the New Jersey Motorsports Park. Registration is required to attend the event. Please come out. It's free. It's going to be a lovely evening. And then Row, they're actually out today in Vineland on 700 East Landis Ave from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. So catch them before they leave.
Yeah, and also next Tuesday we will not be live, right? I believe because we're going to be preparing for our candlelight vigil that's going to take place in Millville at the Motorsports Park. And so tune in anyway. We'll go to our website and look at some of our previous tapings, videos, and discussion. On tomorrow, there's going to be a South Jersey Reentry Coalition Employment Fair. They're going to host that. That's going to be held in Millville at the Trinity Baptist Church. And that's going to be a great event for those who are seeking employment. So please come out to that event. And there's going to be a lot of employers looking to hire people that's been struggling financially. All right. And so is there anything else, Karen?
I don't have the flyer with me, but there's going to be a race for recovery on September 4th.
September the 4th.
I believe the first 50 people who register get to attend the event free, and you get to race for free. Again, if you want the information, please let us know. You can reach us at our number at 856-391-7449. Or you can just comment below and we'll send you the link for you to register.
All right, so just a little clarity. I found the webpage, Reentry Employment Fair. It's going to be held from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Trinity First Hope Center, located at 100 South 2nd Street in Millville, New Jersey, for employment. All right, and so without further ado, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. And one of the discussions that we're going to talk about, it says addictions and recovery. All right, and this information or this is provided by addictionandrecovery.org. We're going to be talking about the 5 rules of recovery. That's what we're going to be talking about. And this is provided by addictionandrecovery.org. And so I'll read a little bit before we get into a little discussion. There are 5 simple rules that cover most of what you need to do in recovery. If you are ever in doubt of what to do, or if you are on the right track, ask yourself if you are following these 5 simple rules. All right. The beauty of these 5 rules is that they are also indicators of relapse. When people relapse, it is usually because they have broken one of these 5 rules. And the first rule states, change your life so that it's easier to not use. You don't recover from an substance use disorder by simply stop using. You recover by creating a new life where it is easy to not use. If you don't create a new life, then all the factors that brought you to your substance use disorder will eventually catch up with you again. All right? And so what that basically is telling us or letting us know is that if we stay in our stinking thinking and our old thought patterns, our old behaviors will appear again. All right? So so you don't have to change everything in your life, but there are a few unhealthy behaviors or negative thinking patterns that have been getting you into trouble, and they will continue to get you into trouble until you get them until you let them go. Well, I'm fumbling over these words like I don't know what today, but we're gonna get through it. The more you try to hold on to your old life, the less well you will do in recovery. Here are some common things that people need to change in recovery, and that is avoid high risk situations. If you ever been watching us previously before, I made mention of people, places, and things. This article touches on people, places, and things. And the first bullet deals with people. People who you use with, or people who encourage you to use are common triggers for relapse. The second one is places. Places where you use or places where you went to get drugs or alcohol are common triggers. 3, things. Things that you use with, such as drugs or alcohol, paraphernalia, are powerful triggers. And so once again, people, places, and things are things that we must be mindful of when we are in recovery, because if you don't believe that these 3 things are true, I need to encourage you to really rethink on those things, because for me, I'm in recovery and I had to relocate. I used to live in North Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, and I found myself wanting to remove myself from people, places, and things, because I felt, this is me talking, I'm keeping the focus on me, is that I felt that if I was to go back at that given time, because I was new in recovery, if I would return back to my same neighborhood, same people that I know, used with, and the places that we used to go and the things that we used to use, I would eventually fall back into that same trap. And so I was fortunate to have a support network when I came out of recovery, out of treatment, and also from incarceration. And so I have been blessed tremendously to relocate here in Cumberland County, where I have met new people, new friends, have joined church members. I have been to places where there have been healthy activities. So I am a living example that if you're fortunate to relocate, please do so if you feel that by you coming out of rehab or treatment and you feel that you may fall back into the same old trap, try your best, if you can, relocate. And if you can't relocate, get some new friends. Let me become one of your friends as a recovery coach. Quite sure Karen would love to be one of your friends as a recovery coach. Now, we don't step outside of our role as recovery coaches. We only here as recovery coach to encourage you and to empower you with the things that we do here at Capital Recovery Center. All right, another one says, avoid your drinking friends, your favorite bars, and having alcohol in the house. Avoid people who you use with, driving by your dealer's neighborhood, and remove all paraphernalia from your house. Don't keep something around just in case. Wow. Why would you want to keep something around just in case? You already have pre-contemplated on going back to the old same things that you left behind. So it says, of course, you can't avoid all high-risk situations, but if you're aware of them, you won't get caught off guard. And you will have a chance to prepare yourself. If you're not prepared, small triggers can quickly turn into strong cravings. And that's something that they're going to talk about in this article as well. The more you can avoid high-risk situations and the more you can anticipate them and prepare for them, the greater your chance of success. And one of the things they talk about is HALT. HALT is a very powerful acronym that has been used. And it says, the acronym HALT contains some important and common high-risk situations. H stands for hungry. H stands for hungry. A stands for angry. L stands for lonely. T stands for tired. You put them all together, that spells HALT. HALT, basically, when I think of that word HALT, I want to think of it in terms of it's telling me to pause. Wait, think about it, take a breather, evaluate the situation. How am I feeling? How is the situation making me feel? How am I going to respond appropriately to the surrounding events or the activating events that's going on at that given moment? All right? And so I'm going to read all the way down, Karen, if you don't mind, and you read the change negative thinking. That's fine? All right. It says, your strongest cravings usually occur at the end of the day. How do you feel at the end of the day? You're probably hungry because you haven't eaten well. That is so true. If you haven't eaten well, it's often said that in the morning should be the most important meal of the beginning of someone's day, because that allows us to be able to function at our peak. But as the day goes on, we must remind ourselves of what are we putting in our system. Not saying that I'm a healthful buff, but I know that certain things, if I eat a lot of junk food, candies, what sugar's going to do, the sugar content that's in the candy, what's going to do, is going to give me a high elevation, and then I'm going to be up at a peak, and then I'm going to crash, and I'm going to feel some type of way. And so it says, you're probably angry because you had a tough day at work or a tough commute. I know one thing, for me, when I used to work laborious jobs, standing on my feet, when I was using and working and taking the bus to a long distance, I used to tell myself, and I know this is really a bad combination. I said, well, I need to treat myself to a nice cold beer, because I've been working like, you know what, but anyway. But those are some of the things that we must be mindful of. How we're feeling, the hungriness, the angriness. You may feel lonely because you're isolated or you're tired. That's why your strongest cravings usually occur at the end of the day. Recovery isn't about one big change. It's about a few little changes that can change the path of your life. Make a list of your high-risk situations. Substance use disorder is very sneaky. Sometimes you don't see a high-risk situation until you're right in the middle of it. Right when you think you have got this thing under control, here comes something else creeping up on you, trying to get you to fall back into the old situation that you just come out of. And as Mike would say, anywhere but backwards. All right? Hey, Mike, I use your term. I hope you ain't mad at me, but I'll give you some tips out there. Minor adjustment. All right, that's what it's called. Make the list and keep it with you. Some days that list may save your life. All right? And so it says that's why it's important to make a list of them and go over them with someone and recover. All right, so we go on to the next one.
The next one is change negative thinking. Negative thinking is a risk factor for both developing an addiction and for relapse. Common types of negative thinking are negative self-labeling and or nothing thinking. For example, if people knew the real me, they wouldn't like me. I don't think I'm likable.
Mm,
Life is hard and I can't handle it without using sometimes.
mm,
Life won't be fun without using, and I won't be fun.
wow.
Recovery is more than it's worth.
Mm,
My cravings will be overwhelming and I won't be able to resist, so why bother? If I stop using, I'll only start up again. I have never finished anything. I worry that I am too damaged to recover or be happy.
now let's pause. I might say pause, park, and pull over and all that good stuff. Let's pause right there because right there, there's a lot of negative self-talk that we often, a lot of time, people focus on me. When I was in uh, active addiction or active substance use, I would often have these self-talk to myself when I was really hard on myself, and that comes from a lot of low self-esteem. And so when I was constantly telling myself, why not, why not pick up a drink? Why not use a drug? I'm not hurting nobody. And that was a lie that I was telling myself because not only does uh, people like me that was in active uh, substance use, we often not only hurt ourselves, but we hurt those around us. And just saying negative things that, if people knew the real me, they wouldn't like me. And I found out that by exposing yourself or telling on yourself or sharing your past, you can help someone along the way to better themselves because they may be thinking the way that you used to think, or they may be feeling the way that you used to feel. And by giving it away and sharing, you'll be amazed how much you can help someone along their journey as well.
Negative thinking leads to anxiety, depression, and substance use disorder. If you think you're not likable, you will be anxious because you're worried that you'll be found out. If you think you will fail, therefore, why bother trying? You will feel trapped by life, which leads to depression. If you feel anxious or depressed, you may turn to drugs or alcohol to escape.
Mm.
A common fear of recovery is that you're not capable of recovery. The fear is that recovery requires some special strength or willpower that you don't possess. But people just like you, with strengths and weaknesses, with determination and self doubt, have recovered from substance use disorder. Cognitive behavioral therapy has been proven to change negative thinking and treat anxiety, depression, and addiction. The basic idea of cognitive therapy is that negative thinking is learned thinking, and therefore it can be unlearned and replaced with healthier thinking. If you can change your thinking, you will improve your life.
Wow. Cognitive thinking. And that deals with a lot of perception, the way you perceive things. And I Oh, we got somebody live on the scene. They go Mike right there.
Hey, I can't leave y'all out there hanging, man.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you could join us. We on change negative thinking, and so
And we had rule number 2: ask for help.
No, we're just finishing up changing negative thinking.
All right.
Hey, listen, Mike. I know you out there in the road, you enjoying the nice sunshine weather, all that good stuff, brother. But glad you could join us, man. And so,
Hey, man, it's good, man. It's good. It's good to be up here with you guys.
And so I just wanted to elaborate on cognitive thinking a little bit because when I was in therapeutic community, which is a TC program, we always used to focus. Well, one of the things that we used to talk about was core beliefs, and some of the core beliefs that is there's a two-way or two-pronged core belief. You can believe the street value of ways of thinking or doing things, or you can rely on the things that you probably may have developed in your household, where you learn some good positive structure as opposed to negative structure. So it says, as you change your mind, you change your behaviors. All right.
Hey, and also what she just read about how cognitive therapy is that negative thinking is a learned thinking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's something that a lot of people probably overlook. Is something that they learn. I always tell people where I grew up at in Atlantic City, in the area where I grew up at, I used to see crime and I used to see drugs being used. But I also was honest and say there was a lot of individuals around there that didn't do drugs and they went to work every day and they took care of their families. But what I focused on was the negative. I didn't focus on all the positive. I focused on all the negative that was going on. So it was like a learned thinking for me. I learned it by watching it. But even though I had the opportunity to learn other stuff or see other things, I actually just focused on all negative. So I learned all of that because I put my attention on it.
That's right. So a lot of things is by the decisions that we make and the choices that we make in life. And so one of the things, like you just elaborated on, we should be focusing on making positive decisions from not only those who in close proximity, but those who that's in our surrounding as well.
That's right.
All right. So, do you have this page in front of you?
Is were you at Rule 2, ask for help?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh man, you must have got a magic wand or something. How you get
Come
that
on,
page?
man. Rule 2, ask for help and develop a recovery circle. Most people start recovery by trying to do it on their own. They want to prove that they have control over their substance use disorder and that they are not as unhealthy as people think. But trying to do recovery on your own is the hardest way to go. It is what you have learned, what you have already tried unsuccessfully. A substance use disorder is isolation. Your world gets smaller as you give up more of your life and make more room for your substance use disorder. Recovery involves learning to reach out and ask for help. That's rule number 2 is ask for help. No matter what level you might be on, no matter how many times you were successful and you possibly struggled from a relapse, still go ask for help.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Reach
Mhm.
out to recovery coaches, mentors, sponsors, spiritual advisors, whomever. Just ask for help. A lot of people don't ask for help. They ask for help when it's already too late.
Mhm.
Let's see. Show common sense when asking for help. Not everybody is your best friend. That's a good one. Not everybody is your best friend. Some people might not be understanding that you have this issue, and some people might not be supportive that you want to recover. Don't let that stop you. There are many people who do want to help you, like all of us here.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, Kevin Britt, he wrote, he says, one who think clearly actually believe clearly.
That's a good one. I like that, Kev. That's a good one.
That's
He
right.
always giving us some, he always dropping some nuggets on this meeting.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
man.
Appreciate you, sir.
Mhm.
So develop a recovery circle. The stronger your circle, the stronger your recovery. The stronger your circle, the stronger your recovery. I always tell people that all the time. I surround myself with all the individuals who can assist me or are going in the same direction as me. You have to develop a recovery circle. Close family members, close friends, health professionals, counselors, self-help recovery groups, mentors, all over. You can ask for help from everybody.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So moving right along, we're gonna get into self-help groups. Yeah, I think that's very important.
Yes, it is.
Being that we are in a state of COVID pandemic, a lot of places are closed. and a lot of people still need to attend their meetings, and so that's why we have these virtual online meetings. And so self-help groups, joining a self-help group has been shown to significantly increase your chances of recovery. The combination of a substance use program and a self-help group is the most effective strategy. There are many self-help groups to choose from. 12 self groups include Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Marijuana Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, Gambling Anonymous, and Adult Children Anonymous. There are also self-help groups that are not based on the 12 steps, including Women for Sobriety, Secular Organization for Sobriety, and Smart Recovery.
All recovery meeting, coffee and conversation.
Why not? What are some of the benefits of belonging to a self-help group? Number one, it says you'll feel that you're not alone. Feel like your family, feel part of something. You'll learn that substance use disorder and denial sound like by hearing them in others. Okay, you learn what is all about by each of us sharing our stories with one another. You learn what strategies have been successful in recovery. What worked for me may not work for you.
That's right.
We may still have some similarities in how we can. Now, Kevin said, when your circle is strong, you become strong.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Hey, you got the muscle signs up, emojis. Okay, Kevin. Yeah, I like that.
Like that too.
And it says you have a safe place to go where you will not be judged. Wow, that is so profound. You know, to be able to be in a setting where you are with your peers and we all can bring something to the table. You know, I don't bring nothing so unique that someone else don't bring is it's not unique. So we are on equal level of playing field of giving back to one another. You want to say something, Mike?
Hey, yeah, I was going to talk about the safe place where you will not be judged. Sometimes people make decisions to judge other individuals because they don't have the same struggle that individual has. So if we actually think about it, everybody struggle with something. We may not struggle in the same area, so we really aren't in the area or in the place to be able to judge other individuals in that sense, far as this person struggled with this person struggled with this, and we being judgmental. Because we all actually struggle with something. This person might struggle with drugs, you might struggle with donuts, but it's something. I don't know, but it's always something that you struggle with.
Now you met him, man. Yeah, go donuts. Yes, sir. All right. You want me to read keep on reading?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Say guilt and shame are common emotions in substance use disorder. This is one benefit of self-help groups that deserves special attention. Guilt and shame are obstacles to recovery because they make you feel like you have been damaged and that you don't deserve recovery or happiness. And sometimes people make you feel that way, you know. People look upon you and they label us and give us these bad labels that make people want to, you know, to be closed in, don't want to have a better outlook, you know. And so we want to just dispel all that negative talk about being shameful and having guilt. Self-help groups help you encourage guilt and shame by seeing that you are not alone. You feel that recovery is within your reach. All right?
All right.
And say, how to get the most out of a self-help group? It has been shown that the way to get the most out of a 12-step group is to attend meetings regularly. All right, let me read that again. It says, it has been shown that the way to get the most out of a 12-step group is to attend meetings regularly. Have a sponsor. read 12 steps material, and have the conscious goal of abstinence. And so,
All right.
Can't put up another one. He said, "Don't feel bad, brother Craig. Donuts and good food." All right, Craig. Hey, man, I'm glad you're on my team, man.
You let them donuts, man. Hey, listen, let's do. Y'all want to do reasons for not joining too?
Yeah, we can do that with, and I guess we'll pull over and park at room number 3 and pick up next week.
All right, that'll work.
All right.
Reasons for not joining. Did you want to read, Karen, or you good?
No, I'm all right.
All right. Reason for not joining the self-help group. There are some reasons people give for not joining these groups. If I join a group, I will be admitting that I'm an addict or an alcoholic. First of all, you're a person with struggle with substance use disorder, so that won't be true. Second, I want to do it on my own. Well, that really won't work. You always need help. I don't like groups. I'm not a joiner. Well, that's actually a lie that we tell ourselves because we join a lot of things in our life. I don't like speaking in front of people. Well, that could be true. Some people aren't comfortable speaking in front of people, but you always are comfortable. Notice that you are comfortable speaking when we are under the influence. So that means that we are comfortable. We just got to know when we can do it. Next, I don't want to quit one addiction and become addicted to AA. That's true. You can replace one thing and put it in another. And I'm afraid someone will recognize me. Everybody in your community and the town over know you was using drugs. So don't feel ashamed if they recognize if you're getting help for yourself. I'm not comfortable with the idea of a higher power. Some people don't know or have an understanding of the higher power. That's why you have to build your own personal spiritual relationship. Next. All right.
Well, hey, man, like always, man, it's always good to have you on board.
No doubt.
With all those who have joined us this week again for our all recovery session, just as a reminder, on next Tuesday, we will not be recording live, I believe. Am I right?
Nope, we're going to do a pre-recorded video.
Yep. And because we're going to be doing our candlelight visual that's going to take place. Oh, beautiful. Karen got us awesome. And that's going to start at 6 p.m. We're going to be at New Jersey Motorsports Park, 8000 Dividing Creek Road in Millville, New Jersey. Please come on out and show some support. Hug on someone, love someone, let them know that they're not alone in this fight against substance use disorder. All right?
All right. Amen.
Once again, my name
All right, guys.
All right, Mike.
Thank you for joining, Mike.
All right, no problem. I'll see y'all in the morning.
See ya.
Yeah, 8:30, brother. Now 8 o'clock, man. 8:30.